morning, guys. Good morning. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it's trending enough to be brought here. Now, on the very hot frying pan, on the very hot boiling frying pan, is Minister of Justice Thembi Simelane. We all know that Polokwane invested more than 300 million, if I'm not mistaken, into the VBS. So now that has come to bite her, because now it is said that she got a loan from VBS and she's failing to provide why she got that loan, the contract, she's failing to provide those. And the Daily Maverick says the pressure on Minister of Justice Minister Thembi Simelane to account for her dealings with VBS Mutual Bank is growing, with several political parties and civil society organizations calling for her to come clean or resign.
Polokwane municipality put money in VBS. None of you has asked the question who was the mayor when Polokwane was putting money in VBS. The mayor was Minister of Justice at that time. Thank you.
And Julius Malema has files for days, boy. He has files for days. I wish I could live in his head just for a few minutes. I would see so much in that head. Different files on many different people in top leadership positions. But there he was just making it clear that it is not only about the EFF and its leaders being involved in the VBS saga, also the ANC. You know, the ANC is also involved in this VBS thing. He was just telling us straight that look into Thembi Simelane. It's very interesting that the SIU also welcomed the minister Thembi Simelane when she became the minister. They said the SIU extends a warm welcome to the newly appointed Minister and Deputy Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, Ms. Thembi Simelane, and Mr. Andrew Snell. The SIU is eager to collaborate with the Minister and Deputy Minister in combating corruption. So tables are turning now. They could be investigated now. They could be investigated. And there is this comment under this post that is so interesting. People always know something we don't. Look at what this person said. She said, I saw the picture before reading and thought y'all were investigating her. Do you understand? This person knows something that we don't know. She really knows something that we didn't know. And then moving right along, the EFF has also released a statement. They said the EFF statement calling for the resignation of Minister Simelane as Minister of Justice following involvement of looting in VBS. Minister Simelane's attempt to dismiss her actions as legitimate commercial transactions are nothing but a flimsy cover-up. Her failure to adequately address the conflict of interest, her role in facilitating those illegal investments, and her subsequent attempts to downplay her involvement are indicative of someone who cannot be trusted with the responsibility of overseeing justice in our nation. The EFF, but I just think the EFF should have set this one out, because they also have their staff within the VBS looting. Also, the DA came out and said the DA is moving for Justice Minister Thembi Simelane to appear before Parliament over allegations of receiving a loan, quote unquote. They don't believe it is either linked to the VBS bank scandal. We demand accountability to ensure justice for the VBS victims who were robbed of their life savings. You see here, it's bad. And this is what Polifan Vic said, in the interest of transparency and accountability, nothing less than full disclosure will be sufficient from Thembi Simelane, who is custodian of the rule of law and is the minister responsible for the NPA, which is prosecuting VBS cases. This is hectic. Guys, this is is many Groenewald waiting for Minister Thembi Simelane on the other side, because that's how it looks like at this moment. Honestly, if people are to be held accountable, this guy is waiting for them on the other side. Imagine being your colleague waiting for you on the other side. You were ministers together and now you're on the other side. He has to make sure that You stay there. You stay there until you finish your sentence. My goodness, this is bad.
We have Terry Mutamu's report, which told all of us that the Polokwane municipality invested into VBS. So the matter is already there inside Terry Mutamu's report.
Yeah, that's not true. Anthony, that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're not talking about the investments we're talking about the deposit, 500,000 rand, that was sent into this company that helped the minister buy a coffee shop. Where in Terry Mutamu's report did you find that detail? That is the detail that was revealed by the very same investigative journalist that you and some of your leaders in the EFF has consistently called biased, has consistently refused to believe some of her reports. Right now, she's giving you extra detail. The very statement you released as the EFF, I read it today, it's based on a report, an investigative report by the very same Polly van Wyk that as the EFF you've consistently said you don't believe what she has written and she's going after the EFF.
We are clear.
It is no secret that the EFF and Polly van Wyk has the relationship that is not so good. They don't like each other much. So this EFF leader was being interviewed by the news presenter over there, and then he's tried to downplay the work that was done by the Daily Maverick and Polly van Wyk. He said, no, this is information that is there, is in the report that Polokwane invested millions into VBS. And the news presenter is like, no, that is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the specific details that was provided by Polly van Wyk, that the Minister of Justice received a loan. That's what we are talking about, and it is that information that you used as the EFF to release your statement. They're trying to downplay it because now they want to use it against the ANC minister, but at the same time they just want to say no, it's not because of Polly, because they have been discrediting Polly for the longest time in the Daily Maverick. So now they want to use the information that comes from the journalists that they've been discrediting for so long. They have to downplay it and say this is not new. Hey, crazy times, man, crazy times.
Honourable Chairperson, Honourable Members, I rise to draw your attention to a matter of grave concern involving the Minister of Justice, Ms. Simelane. It has come to light that the Minister is implicated in allegations of corruption that warrant immediate scrutiny. Action SA has accordingly requested the Public Protector to initiate an urgent investigation into these serious claims. Our request for investigation stems from reports indicating that during her tenure of Mayor of Polokwane, the municipality invested 349 million rand of the municipality's funds into the VBS BANK. It has been reported that Minister Simelane received 575,000 rand loan from Mr. Gundo Wealth Solutions, which is owned by Ralium Razwinani, currently on trial for fraud, corruption and money laundering in connection with the VBS Bank collapse. Given Minister Simelane's current oversight of the Department of Justice and her considerable influence over the National Prosecuting Authority, there is a pressing need to determine whether her involvement in these transactions presents a conflict of interest or breaches of ethical codes. The integrity of our justice system is paramount, and any compromise in its leadership undermines the very essence of justice and fairness, especially in light of such severe corruption scandals affecting our most vulnerable citizens. This issue resonates with concerns I previously raised regarding the apparent undermining of the NPA by the Justice Department. While steps are being taken to address these issues, it's imperative that no doubts remain about the Minister's integrity or impartiality.
To safeguard her career at this stage, Minister Thembi Simelane really needs to bring that proof that was a loan and it was not the looting of VBS. She has to be very squeaky clean throughout the process of receiving that loan. There is nowhere she could hide now. The things are bad. And if she fails to do so, her career is done. Done. Because if you are Minister of Justice, in fact, if she was any form of minister in any department, as long as she is in the leadership of our country, she is supposed to provide that proof, man. She says she has to provide that proof and say, look, this was a clean loan and I used it. What is killing our people the most is greed. You already have this lucrative job that you have. You still want more. You still want to have a restaurant. You still want to have a tea shop. You still want to have all these things. And you don't want to use your own money that you are working for. You want to loot the taxpayers' money to have that. And it makes now VBS to be a tool of taking money from the government for all these people to then eat it through VBS. And it makes VBS not a bank. It makes it just a tool for money laundering, especially for political leaders. This looks bad. She better find a way to clean herself up. She better bring that proof that, look, this was a commercial loan and I was not looting VBS. With that said, thank you for watching my videos. This is South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here.